Scooby Doo, Curse of the 13th Ghost has the gang on the hunt for Asmodeus, the 13th ghost. So, the positives on the film, I like that there's a resolution to the 13 ghosts of Scooby Doo show, because a few years ago I remember watching the show, and we never got to see the 13th ghost, and I was just always kind of disappointed in that. So I'm glad that there is some sort of resolution to it. And Asmodeus is a cool design with red skin and wings, and he has fiery hands at one point. That was pretty cool. And there's also a song/chase scene in the middle of the movie, and that's kind of fun, with the gang chasing, or Daphne, Shaggy, and Scooby chasing Asmodeus to get the chest back. So that was pretty cool. And the car chase with Flim Flam, Fred, and Velma in the mystery machine, that's dumb, in that car and the other car chasing them was really cool and kind of engaging. That's it for positives. So on to the mixed. The beginning credits are cool, and Vincent Van Gogh's rhyming is cool for it, but why didn't we get a song? Because that would have made it a little more fun. I know we had a chase song in the middle of the movie, but I would have also liked to have a song at the beginning. Like, make that rhyming into a song. That would have been cool, and that would have made this movie a little better. But that's it for mixed, and on to the negatives. The escalator gag is dumb in the beginning of the movie, because Fred says, "Don't run on the escalator," and, "Oh, can we walk?" Better not chance it. That is just so dumb, because they're chasing someone, and they think it's funny, but it's really not that funny. And probably the biggest negative is this movie breaks a lot of continuity. Shaggy says they're afraid of fake ghosts because of the 13 ghosts. But I thought that original show took place sometime after the original Scooby-Doo show. I thought the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo took place after Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And the Scooby-Doo show, because that's what was different. Of now we're dealing with real ghosts and real monsters. But apparently it didn't. I don't believe it. So I feel like this is kind of its own little thing and not tied in with the original Scooby-Doo show, but it still bugs me. And then so I know people don't like Scrappy Doo, but because Scrappy Doo is not in this movie, but he was in the original show. They could have said something like he left the gang to go find ghosts, because Flim Flam says, "Where's Scrappy?" And Velma says, "What's a Scrappy?" And so that's another thing where it breaks continuity, where, like, Scrappy met Shaggy, Scooby, and Daphne, but Velma and Fred didn't know him because, again, 13 Ghosts in our timeline came out in 85, while the Scrappy Scooby-Doo show stuff was sometime in the 70s, so it's just breaking a lot of continuity. They could have at least mentioned Scrappy saying he went to go find ghosts, or at least if Flim Flam was with just Shaggy, Scooby, and Daphne, and they had that conversation of, where's Scrappy? And they said, oh, he went to go find ghosts or something. Just something besides, what's a Scrappy? And the last breaking of continuity is Velma says that the entire show was just hallucinations from lack of oxygen. Granted, at the end of this movie, she was gonna open up the chest of demons to prove it that it was all fake, but then she said, why not? Why should I open it? Maybe I shouldn't tempt fates or whatever. But still, if that's what it's leaving on, then technically that's what it's leaving on of it was all just hallucinations. That's my takeaway from it. Besides continuity, Velma calls Shaggy and Scooby-Doo creeps, and that's not nice. And I feel like throughout the entire movie, the entire gang was just calling people names and just insulting the gang, and it just wasn't that fun to watch. And the last negative is, oh my god, Vincent's puns are just terrible. There's thank goolness and air boo and boo and die phone and oh my god, he does 3 of these puns in one scene because I looked on my die phone and I went to my Scream mail to try and get it on the Ghostal service. Oh my god, and there's also Gulag, whatever that is, and for ghoulness sake, get out of trouble. It's just so dumb, so childish, that every time I just groan and roll my eyes at, just like, please don't do this. So, there's 7 puns. That's actually not terrible, but just something that I noticed is that they did it 3 times within 30 seconds with iPhone, Scream Mail, and Ghostal service. But that's it for negatives. As a fan, so in the end, as a fan of the show, this is inferior to it, I think. But sometimes I do like to watch the show and then watch this to kind of cap it all off. This is watchably bad, but I don't really recommend it. It's just, I can get some enjoyment out of it. Apparently not that much enjoyment, looking at the positives, but I can get some enjoyment out of it, and honestly, when I do watch it, I just turn my brain off, and then just enjoy it for what it is. But, if you really like the show, I don't really know if you'll like it, but you can try it. But if you don't like Scooby-Doo, if you don't like the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, then you're not gonna like this movie. So, if you've seen the show, try it. If you've never watched it, if you don't like it, then you're not gonna like this movie. So, there's my review on Scooby-Doo, Curse of the 13th Ghost. Thanks for watching.